Hello everyone, welcome to my YouTube channel. Thank you so much for your amazing response, feedback, and lots of good wishes. You know, I started this podcast series with all the eminent guests across the world to mainly discuss about health, education, and lifestyle. So in this series, today we are going to discuss one of the most important topic, that is all about diabetes. Did you know that over 77 million people in India, especially I'm talking about our country, are living with diabetes, and most don't even know it can be reversed. Today we have an eminent guest, none other than Dr. Preeti Nanda Sibal, who reversed her own diabetes and is helping thousands do the same. So we are going to discuss this most important topic. I request you all to listen to this podcast from beginning to ending, and do like, share, and provide your valuable comments. Coming to our eminent guest, Dr. Preeti Nanda Sibal is the creator of Cyclic Keto, and she is a functional medicine expert. She has reversed her own diabetes, which I already told you. So let us know about all our own experiences, not wasting your valuable time. Let us discuss with our eminent guest. Dr. Preeti Nanda, thank you so much for accepting my invitation. It's great to have you here. So can you please introduce yourself to my audience?
Thank you, Dr. KV and Rajesh, for having me here. And more importantly, doing this podcast so regularly and religiously. I know it's not easy. A lot of planning goes in, a lot of energy is consumed and used. But I think this is very, very, very important. Giving people content which helps them live a healthy and happy life. There can be no better purpose than this. Coming to my experience, Dr. Rajesh, for your viewers, I'm 1989 batch Amritsar Medical College student. Worked in different spaces in healthcare. I think almost all spaces, did my management, came into hospital management. But I was 88 kgs, had migraine, thyroid, diabetes, constipation, fibromyalgia, cervical, you name a disease, asthma, and I had it. And the irony of the situation is, despite being a medical doctor, I only could rely on those pills every day, morning and night, while going through the most important phase of my life. And then one day, I think universe also thought that I should give the right solution to Preeti. And I was traveling to US where I met a friend who, because of allergy to the dye which we use in radiology, had coma. And she had to quit her radiology practice, came back into functional medicine, and she told me, Preeti, both your sons are now in college. So the elder one was in IIT Delhi, the younger one in NLU Jodhpur. She said, what are you going to do about your health? Job and everything, money is fine. But इस health को लेके क्या करेगी तू? And that was the question with which I flew from US, New York to India. And when I came back, I decided Preeti isko ठीक करेगी. Right? And that's how my functional medicine journey started. I enrolled in a functional medicine program at American Academy of Anti-Aging Medicine, USA. Did the full course, and I was my own first patient.
Okay.
Right? Lost weight sustainably, reversed all my diseases, and I think I very proudly tell my friends and colleagues that I had such a beautiful menopause. No hot flashes, no symptoms. Just one day my period stopped and they have never come back again. It's almost now 1.5, quarter to 2 years. And all the credit goes to how I worked on the root cause of my diseases and how instead of focusing on my diseases like, migraine or diabetes or Hashimoto's and all of that, to my gut microbiome, to the diet I eat, to the way I sleep, to my lifestyle changes which I did, and how I detoxed my body and removed heavy metals from my body. So, if in other words I have to tell you, the moment my focus changed from what is there in my outer environment to what is there in my inner being, मेरे अंदर क्या है, right? Everything for me in terms of health changed. And that's the reason, I often tell people that in the last 10 years of me practicing functional medicine, I feel this is a spiritual medicine.
Yes.
People ask me, is this alternate medicine? I say no. This is future allopathy medicine. 80% of deaths today happen because of chronic diseases. The allopathy medicine which I studied, the conventional medicine, is beautiful, but it is majorly for acute conditions. For chronic, this part has to be added to the teachings of all allopathy doctors, and I'm extremely happy that so many young conventional doctors are now learning functional medicine, are adding this to their practice. And to all your viewers, you would have heard people saying this is good, this is not good. I think in the last 31 years or 30 years of whatever I've done in medicine, it is not about this is good, this is not good, this is half good. It is about what is the problem you are suffering from and what is the easiest, cheapest, and most sustainable solution which can be provided to you.
Yes.
Sometimes तुलसी के 10-12 पत्ते आपकी इम्यूनिटी बढ़ा सकते हैं, right? 10-12 leaves of just tulsi plant can help you improve your immunity.
Yes,
And sometimes you might have to take 60,000 IU of vitamin D every day to improve your immunity, which we call Coimbra's protocol. So I feel very blessed when I look at my journey. And I think universe thought that I have a calling, I need to pursue it, and at the right time, it was gifted to me like this through my friend and then through a lot of other people who've guided me through this journey from outer to inner healing.
Yes, madam. So that was really awesome and very inspiring introduction, madam. And as you rightly told, rather than seeing outside, when we see inside, that is going to cure us a lot. Very inspiring, madam. Now, I wanted to know, how did you reverse your own diabetes?
So when all of this started, I realized that my diet was very bad. I'm a Punjabi, and Punjabis, they eat gluten and dairy all the time. You go to a wedding, you go to the market, you will see there are such few options available outside of gluten and dairy. So the first thing I did was I quit dairy first of all, because I tested myself and found that I was 100% lactose allergic or intolerant. And I was one of those persons, when I got married, my father told my father-in-law, and this is 31 years after marriage, I'm sharing this, My father told my father-in-law that Preeti can't get up in the morning if she doesn't get a glass of hot milk. So when I used to go to Panipat to my in-law's place, my father-in-law used to call my husband and say, take this glass of hot milk for Preeti, because otherwise she will not get up. Right? And now, when I tested myself and came out lactose intolerant, I found out that if you are allergic to some food, that food keeps creating problem inside your body, but it is like cocaine. So you are not able to quit that food also. You feel so good when you take it. for a little while outside, like when you take cocaine or anything which is an abuse, right? You feel good. For a little time, you are at a high. That is what all the foods you are allergic to do to you. So the first thing I did was stop dairy completely. I started losing weight. My sugar level started becoming better. I started looking younger. And I remember this was that time when I was studying with a psychiatric friend of mine, right? And she kept telling me, Preeti, you have to quit gluten also. If you are intolerant to dairy, you will be intolerant to gluten too. And I kept telling her, no, I love my pranthas, and pranthas never give me any symptom. But then finally, after a few months, I realized that my reversal stopped. That's when I stopped gluten, I stopped sugar, and I decreased my carbs a lot. And I created this framework called cyclic keto.
Yes.
Now, why did I create this framework cyclic keto? Because when I did ketogenic diet for about 2 weeks, I felt really good. My sugar levels became awesome. I became toned. Energy levels increased. But after 2 weeks, Dr. Rajesh, you won't believe, I suddenly felt as if my energies had crashed. I felt I could not go to the clinic. I could not see my patients. And that's when I dug deep and realized that people who have adrenal fatigue or who have thyroid, suboptimal thyroid or hypothyroidism, those are the people who cannot do ketogenic diet. Now, this a lot of people don't know, and a lot of people keep torturing their own body. That is when I realized I want to do cyclic keto. I used to do keto for 4 to 5 days, and 2 to 3 days I used to add some carbs. Maybe boiled potato, maybe oats, maybe sources of inulin, onion, garlic, chicory, because in keto, you cannot even have a lot of onion.
Yes.
Right? And then when I did that, interestingly, I see what the mind knows. I'm sure all your readers know this and believe in this. So when I was doing this, a paper came in front of me which told me about metabolic flexibility. Now, I was doing cyclic keto, and when this paper of metabolic flexibility came to me, I actually jumped from my seat and said, oh, wow! What an amazing thing I found. Why? Because today we all know there are hybrid cars. When we are moving at less speed, the car is working on the electric version. Right? When we increase the speed, the car goes to the petrol version or the diesel version.
Yes.
Similarly, our body is made that way. When we are metabolizing properly, we can eat our carbs and all. But, so it's like this. When we are not stressed at all, when we are at peace, we should metabolize fats. But when we are stressed out, we are doing extra work. Body needs little carbs and glucose to do that additional work. Right? But
Right.
over the years, what we human beings have done is we have stopped, or our bodies have forgotten the art of metabolizing fats. So body has only become petrol car. Right? They are not, hybrid cars anymore. Our bodies are no more hybrid cars. Though when we were made in hybrid version. Why was that? Because so that we are able to feel the energy and do our important work even when we don't have food. Body can metabolize fat and do that. So when I started doing this, Rajeshji, a lot of people asked me that you reversed your diabetes in about 2012, 13, 14, 15. Until now, how is your results?
Yes.
I am so happy to share that even if I gain weight, even if I feel a little lethargic or, one or the other symptom comes up, some health challenge comes up, my fasting insulin and my HbA1c has never gone up since then. Never. My fasting insulin always is between 5 to 8. My HbA1c is always between 5.2 to 5.4. And I think the credit of this goes to this metabolic flexibility, right? Which is like, you do some days of fasting and some days of good eating, or some days of eating only fats and low protein and very low carbs, and some days of having a balanced food with good fiber, good polyphenols. And that is how. The other thing which I did, Rajesh ji, to reverse my diabetes was, I realized that when I checked my heavy metals, my mercury was very high. And you won't believe, because of that, I had started losing memory. And it was so prominent that supposing I'm doing a consultation right now, or maybe I'm talking to you, I would forget what I have just shared with you a minute back. So I had to write everything, whatever I was, asking in the consultation, so that if I forget, I can go back and check. So imagine, it was very embarrassing, one. Second, it was coming in the way I was working in my professional space. And I had no clue what I could do about it. I tried detoxing with food. It did not work. I tried detoxing orally and with suppositories. It worked, but very little. And then I did IV chelation. And that brought my memory back and set my body even further down, because of which, I told you my HbA1c, my insulin, they never increase. So that was the second thing. So I did my gut through, I told you, by removing all the foods I was allergic to, and by doing cyclic keto, improving my metabolic flexibility, right? Then I did my heavy metals by doing chelation. Then I did few more things which I think have made a significant impact. One, I did a very, very thorough gut detox. What do I mean by that? I mean by this is that I, of course, did antibacterial, antifungal, but I did 3 months of continuous intense parasitic cleanse. And then every 3 months, I did intense parasitic cleanse for 4 times. Because I was having a lot of symptoms of parasitic infections, but I was always ignoring it. Because I didn't know that they are all parasitic infections. So that I did, and I was feeling much, much, much better. But still, my sleep was not too good as it was 10, 15 years back. My Masi, I remember when I was young, used to laughingly tell me she sleeps like a hathi. Right? So she used to tell me, and my mom, Preeti sleeps like an elephant, Once she sleeps, nobody can wake her up, whatever might happen. Right? Yes. And from there, to keep thinking all the time while I'm sleeping, I started doing grounding. Okay. People would think grounding is just one lifestyle change. But I want to tell people here, grounding is an amazing lifestyle change. But what changed for me, Dr. Rajesh, was when I started doing grounding for 30, 40 minutes in the morning on grass, without my phone, without my Apple Watch, without everything like that, I started improving. But when the change literally became significant was when I started using a grounding pillow. I used to keep it under my arm or under my feet so that my feet are already also little raised. Because as we age, especially women, the lymphatic flow starts getting affected. So if you keep your feet a little higher while you are sleeping, it really helps you.
Yes.
Right? And in our ancestral times, people used to keep 2 bricks under their foot side of the bed, right? Now we have stopped doing all of that.
Yes.
So I started doing that, and when this grounding was happening for 8 hours a day,
Oh.
I woke up so fresh as if I can take on the world. I get up, I open my eyes, I jump from the bed and say, come on, I am excited. Tell me what needs to be done today. Rather than lazing around, feeling, oh God, another day, I've got up so tired. Right? From there to this, it shifted. And I was telling somebody very recently, Rajesh, that in fact, when I'm talking to you and your viewers, I'm realizing maybe I've not spoken a lot of this at one place ever before. So thank you for giving this opportunity. So I was telling somebody, Dr. Rajesh, that day that, when I travel for more than 3-4 days, what I miss the most?
Yeah.
My grounding pillow.
Okay.
Because 3-4 days my body takes it.
Yes.
But the fifth day my body says, you are exploiting me, I am not ready, I want to go back home to my pillow.
Yes.
So how many of you, used to hug a teddy bear when you were young and, while sleeping? Or your child had a favorite toy which the child used to hug? I think for health, this pillow has become that for me. Yeah. So this is what I did. I never used to drink a lot of water. I remember all my loved ones, they knew I don't drink a lot of water. So they always used to be very careful. Whenever they would come to meet me, they will bring a glass of water and say, Pehle, drink this. I started structuring my water. By structuring, I've tried a lot of things, but few things which have worked for me, I want to share with people. One, keeping water in a white glass bottle for 4 hours in sunlight every morning.
Oh.
And then you keep it in the fridge or you keep it inside and you consume it in 24, 48 hours. Doesn't matter, but that water is much better than the other water you will drink.
Oh.
Second, there is a crystal which comes, which I use in my RO water or in the jug, which I fill, and keep near my bed, because that also structures water. And we all know water has energy.
Yes.
And we all know when we use structured water, it goes in our cells more efficiently than unstructured water.
Yes.
And then the third thing I started doing was, which we all know, our ancestors have been speaking about it. But unfortunately, I had forgotten it. I don't know about you, but I had forgotten it. And that saying was, eat solid food as if you are drinking it, and drink water as if you are eating solid food. Which means when you eat your solid food, chew your food 32 times so that it becomes like water.
Yes.
Consistency changes. And when you drink water, sit properly, take a deep breath, and then take it sip by sip as if you are eating food.
Oh.
And you do this one change, you will see your appetite coming down. You will see your satiety improving. You will see that all your post-eating symptoms will go away, especially symptoms which all insulin resistance and diabetic people have, like feeling lethargic after eating lunch, yawning after eating lunch. If you have any family member or your office colleague whom you see keeps yawning after lunch till he has had his coffee or a smoke, pull them from here and tell them this quote. Tell them when you drink water, drink it as if you are eating it. And when you eat food, chew it 32 times as if you are drinking water.
Yep.
And you will notice in 1 week's time. Now, everything has changed. The yawning has decreased, and things have become so much better for them.
Okay.
So I did this. Last thing I did was I wanted to set my circadian rhythm right. You know, doctors, we sleep late and get up whenever we want to, and we think we can handle it.
Madam,
Right?
madam, huh.
Of circadian rhythm, and what happened was I started getting up in the morning. The first thing I do is look at the sun from my window, and I started looking at the sun in the evening also during sunset. Now a lot of people know कि सुबह उठ के सूरज देखना है.
Yes.
But a lot of people don't know that when you see the sunset also, that also sets your circadian rhythm.
Yes, madam.
So these things, and then I had this habit of eating late at night.
Okay.
I don't know how many of your viewers have it. Slowly and gradually, I started doing 8 hours fast. So I had that corporate lifestyle, you know, eating at night was something I couldn't resist and avoid. Then I moved to 9 hours, then 10 hours. Now I stick to anywhere between 10 and 12 hours fasting. I don't do more than that because, as I told you, people with adrenal fatigue, people with thyroid, women who have had autoimmune condition or not, generally they should not do a lot of fasting.
Okay.
You must listen to your body and then do it. So all of this, Rajesh, together with some supplements.
Okay.
Should I list the supplements which I took?
Yes, madam. Yes, madam.
Perfect. So I actually introduced a very good omega-3 in my diet.
Oh.
Being vegetarian, most of Indians are deficient in omega-3.
Mhm.
And you know, surprisingly, I did not know alsi kya hota hai.
Mm.
Flax seeds, which is such a beautiful source of omega-3.
Yes.
And
Yes.
I was not using flax seeds at home.
Okay.
So I started with 3000 milligram of omega-3 every day for a few months.
Okay.
And then shifted to flax seeds in my diet.
Okay.
I took this supplement berberine
Yes.
to help me improve my gut, and that also works as metformin.
Yes.
I took vitamin D, 10,000 IU every day.
Oh.
I took magnesium and zinc for more than 6 months. And magnesium I took 500 milligram twice a day. And zinc also I had to take good doses of 50 milligram twice a day with food because I was extremely deficient in zinc. And that's the reason I was getting a lot of undigested food in my poop. So only these basic supplements I did. I took Karela tomato juice. I took sprouted methi seeds. And I drank 1 spoon of desi ghee or coconut oil in hot water at night.
Oh. No problem.
So this hot water at night, what it does is with coconut oil or desi ghee, it decreases the fluctuations of sugar when you are sleeping.
So.
It keeps your levels within a certain range, so your quality of sleep improves.
Okay.
The number of times you get up at night when you are a diabetic decreases.
Yes.
And you get up fresh in the morning.
Yes.
And I'm not adding here that your skin starts to glow, your hair becomes better, and you know, overall your moods become better. So what I realized was sometimes simple little changes can become the backbone of a diabetic to become a non-diabetic.
Exactly.
Now, I also want to share here for people that later on, when I was researching more on cyclic keto, I realized that because cyclic keto is a perfect way to improve your metabolic flexibility, it's also a great tool to decrease the incidence of cancer in a lot of people. So it is not only helping you reverse diabetes, and why is that so? Because when you do cyclic keto, your insulin, your sugar levels don't peak too much, which means all the inflammatory markers or interleukins which are inflammatory, they are not released. Which means your cancer cells do not get food the days you are on keto. You know, a lot of your viewers would know that ketogenic diet was first, found for epileptic patients. And even today, it is known to be a solution for cancer patients.
Yes.
Right? And when you do metabolic flexibility, it actually kills your cancer cells and improves your healthy cells.
Exactly.
And we all know that, cancer doesn't happen in a day.
Yes.
It takes 15, 20 years of the metabolism, changed metabolism to happen for the cancer to appear. So imagine if you can, just make sure that you keep killing your cancer cells as they are growing, keep killing them as you are growing by maintaining your metabolic flexibility.
Yes.
How cool that can be.
Yes, ma'am.
Right? So, and all these things, Dr. Rajesh, what happens is being a doctor, we were never taught about all this in such a powerful way in our medical colleges.
Yes.
And now when I think if I can combine this with all of this, I feel so much more confident that I can contribute my bit of making India a healthy country.
Yes, ma'am.
So that's all what I did, Dr. Rajesh. And of course, you need to look at your relationships. And I'm not saying everybody needs to have good relationships. I'm saying you should have good relationship with your own self.
Exactly.
That is because that's all what you have in your hands. Your relationship with your spouse, with your children is not in your hands. And being human beings, it is not that you will not have negative days in your life.
Yes.
The point is how soon you give that jappi or hug to yourself and come back to normal or happy state. That decides whether you will become diabetic or have cancer or have autoimmunity or not. All of these are connected, friends. They're not different. They are only names like Dr. Preeti and Dr. Rajesh. But we both are human beings with a common purpose of helping people become healthy. Right?
Yes.
So, bouncing back to your good mood, giving that jappi to yourself and saying, I love you, Preeti. All is well. All is well, right? So that all is well is extremely important.
Yes, ma'am.
And because I've seen a lot of times, Dr. Rajesh did with 5,000 plus diabetics who have reversed their diabetes with me. I've realized when they get stuck, you know what? Where they get stuck is because they're not able to feel happy with themselves, feel happy with their lives. They keep cribbing all the time. And they're doing everything else what I've told them. But their sugar levels don't come to normal. They improve. But they don't come to normal.
Yes.
No? So it is very, very important. Diabetes is just a way of telling you that you are not loving yourself enough. Now, diabetes is just a way of telling you that you don't have a sweet tooth. You have 32 sweet teeth. Right? And remember, diabetes is not about you eating sweets. Diabetes is about you using glucose for metabolism or energy.
Yes.
So when you go back and see, how do you get glucose? Your carbs and protein both convert to glucose.
Yes.
Only your fat converts to ketones. No glucose. So fat is your best friend if you are a diabetic or if you want to stay young at even when you are 60, 70, 80, 90, 100.
Yes.
And unfortunately, FDA did a very, very bad thing for us. Told us fat is not good and made us an unhealthy world.
Yes, ma'am.
Right? So, yeah, so all of this, I think a lot of us can reverse diabetes like I have done. I'm telling you, it's not difficult. But even if one piece of the puzzle is not corrected,
Yes.
then the reversal does not happen.
Exactly.
Now, so if people think only diet can help you do that, post-COVID, I'm seeing no.
Mm.
Post-COVID, a lot of things have changed. When I look at my patients, I see post-COVID, a lot of things have changed. When I look at my patients who come to me for diabetes, where only diet could have benefited, right? Now, a lot more effort is to go in to get the same benefit. Yeah? So the whole cycle of your relationship with yourself, your toxic load, the food you eat, the metabolic flexibility you have, how you sleep, do you do grounding or not? Are you connected to the earth? You know, all of this, I think, a little bit everywhere, and your body will redo on its own.
Exactly. So, very happy to know all these details, madam, and you have told excellent points. Here, I wanted to know how will I know that I am allergic to one particular food? Because you came to know that you are allergic to a particular food. Personally, I or somebody else, how will they know that they are allergic to a particular food?
The simplest way of doing this is quit that food for 3 weeks. When you will introduce it, you will know whether you are allergic to a food or not. And you know, the irony is, Navratra fasting, we've just finished Navratras. In Navratras, what did our ancestors make us do? They made us quit gluten and have all the other grains. When after 7 or 9 days you introduce gluten, you will feel a lot of bloating, a lot of sleepiness, a lot of heaviness, some acidity.
Yes.
So once a year I tell my patients, avoid inflammatory foods. Now what are these inflammatory foods? Gluten, milk, soya, sugar, eggs. So avoid these. In India now I am seeing some people are also getting allergic to almonds. Some are allergic to peanuts. So ask yourself, what is the food without which you cannot live? मुझको मूंगफली बहुत अच्छी लगती है. I love peanuts. I can't live without that. Means quit peanuts for 3 weeks. See whether it increases your symptoms and then enjoy if you have no symptoms.
Yes, ma'am.
Huh? And very good question you've asked, Dr. Rajesh. I want to tell people here, allergy test is one test which I feel is a great way to waste your money if you have a lot of it.
Okay.
Because, see, that report will change in few days unless you
Yes.
are a celiac. Right? So many food allergies come, patient comes with that report and says, what should I eat? I tell them, remove inflammatory foods, heal your gut lining by drinking aloe vera juice, by taking L-glutamine, by, taking supplement like leaky gut, by drinking bone broth. And slowly and gradually you will be able to eat more and more foods.
Oh.
Now, so it is not a permanent thing. Test yourself and trust in your abilities.
Yes, madam. Madam, here I have one point. Generally, there is a belief that people with heavy weight will get diabetes. But unfortunately, people having low weight are also getting diabetes. So why this happens, madam? Can there be any reason?
Yeah. So basically so this is something which I was very curious to know when I reversed my diabetes and I started working with diabetics and I saw that 40% of diabetics were thin diabetics. So there is a lot of literature there, evidence-based, which says there are people who are fat outside, thin inside, which we call 40, and there are patients who are thin outside, fat inside, which we call TOFI.
Okay.
Which means thin people but who have more visceral fat will be diabetic. And fat people who have more muscle, more subcutaneous fat, but not visceral fat, will not be diabetic.
Yes.
Right? So this concept of TOFI and 40, somehow, unfortunately, again, we are missing on that. And therefore now, any patient who walks into my clinic has to check fasting insulin, has to check fasting sugar, and has to check fasting cortisol. These three tests are mandatory because even thin people can have high insulin, and insulin resistance is behind almost 80-90% of chronic diseases.
Yes.
It is that important. So even if you get a very thin patient, please check fasting insulin. Could be fasting insulin is high, that patient has autoimmunity and high visceral fat. He's TOFI, thin outside, fat inside, and you will miss diagnosing and helping the patient right if you don't check fasting insulin in that patient.
Yes, madam. Madam, here I have a connected point. There are some old age people who cannot do all these things which you have mentioned. In the general sense, if we take people who cross 65 years, 70 years, there may be chances of not getting, like not implementing all these tasks. How can they reverse their diabetes?
Extremely happy to have this question, right? Important thing what I have seen is, even with gut health, even with diabetes, easier, small changes have to be made if the person is old. More changes have to be made as you get younger patients.
Yes. Yes.
Why? I have had patients 65 years, 68 years, where I've just changed their atta, given them desi ghee or coconut oil at night, and given them methi seeds or Karela tomato juice in the morning, and told them to add more desi ghee in their food.
Okay.
And their sugar levels have improved.
Yes.
Because they have learned to love themselves by now. So wo tick ho gaya. They have a very disciplined schedule. They sleep on time, get up on time. They're not running behind something. That ticks up.
Exactly.
उनका stress management उनको करना आ गया है. Right? And their gut microbiome is much, much, much more robust than my gut microbiome or my children's gut microbiome or my children's gut microbiome.
Yes.
And you will see it in all chronic diseases.
Yes.
The younger the patient, unless very, very young, 6 months, 1 year, family history hai diabetes ki, and you don't want your child to be diabetic, and you start working on the gut microbiome for that child from the youth, that's a different case. But if you have a diabetic 12-year-old type 2 diabetic patient, You will have to do so much more to get him reverses diabetes and stay non-diabetic than you will have to do with a 65-year-old male or female. And of course, the omega-3, the berberine, the magnesium, the zinc, the vitamin D and B complex. This is my base. I call this Neev hai Makan ki. This is the building and that's the Neev, base. So if you just set your base right, either with food or with supplements, and do these minor 3-4 changes, and they start showing results.
Exactly.
I've had a 70-year-old lady who was on insulin, 60 units or so, and she came off insulin in 3 months.
Great.
By making these little changes, nothing else.
Yes.
Yeah? So, I also want through your channel to tell people, if a type 2 diabetic is on insulin, that is not the right treatment. It is like you have a dead mice in your house. Instead of finding that mice, you keep spraying deodorant every 2 hours.
Okay.
That is what you are doing when you are taking insulin if you are a type 2 diabetic. Take insulin for some time, but do all of this what I have told you I did for myself.
Yes.
Getting off insulin, you can get off insulin in 1 month, in 3 months, never more than that if you do everything properly. Because imagine, already body is releasing more insulin. Type 2 diabetes is hyperinsulinemia. For the work which one molecule of insulin will do, in this case, your body releases 10, 20, 30 molecules of insulin. Right? Now, and then you are giving more insulin from outside. So what are you doing? You are creating Rajiv Chowk metro station of Delhi in your body, where the metro is so full that there are 2-3 guards outside who push people in so that the queue becomes shorter. Right? So don't do this with your body. Don't do this with your body. It's not a great idea. Find out why you need. हाइपरइंसुलिनीमिया के बावजूद आपको इंसुलिन क्यों दे रहे हैं और आप क्यों ले रहे हो? Why your doctor is giving it to you and why are you taking it? I feel this is a crime against your own self. And you are responsible for this. You are forcing your doctor to give you insulin because you are not doing the inner work. Your inner work you only have to do, guys. But already your body is releasing more insulin and your key is not right. So instead of opening that key, lock key equation properly, you are adding more insulin inside. Even anybody with common sense would say, oh God, why are we doing this? We should do this. Right? So please don't do this. You know, I remember a story here. With your permission, if you can, I can share this.
Yes, madam. Yes.
So there was this guy who was looking for something outside, and his neighbor walked in, saw he's looking for something, but he walked in. 2 hours later, he came out because he had to take his dog for a walk. He saw that person still looking for something there. So he asked him, what have you lost? Should I help you? He said, I've lost my keys. He said, let me help you find it. So both of them started looking for the key. 15 minutes later, the other person also couldn't find the key. So the other person asked the person who was looking for the key, said, where did you lose the key? He said, there. He said, why are you finding it here? He said, there is no light there.
Okay.
That is what we are doing in diabetics who are on insulin. You already have more insulin in the body, especially type 2 diabetics. And the way to check whether you need insulin or not is very simple. Next time when you do your fasting insulin, also check your C-peptide.
Oh.
And you will know. whether your body has the ability to produce right amount of insulin or not. If your C-peptide is low, you take insulin. If it's not low, stop finding the key where there is light. Find the key where you dropped it. Right? And I really feel sorry for people who either don't know this or who ignore this because they don't want to work on their inner self. And I don't feel sorry only for them. I feel sorry for their kids also. You know why? Because when a 35-year-old diabetic comes to me and I ask family history, he says, my mom has diabetic, she is on insulin, my dad has diabetic, he is on insulin. I don't feel I have any hope to become a non-diabetic. So I don't want to do effort on my inner self.
Okay.
And I keep telling him, diabetes is only 26% genetic. There is a triad: genetics, lifestyle, and environment. Genetics, if you don't have control, you have control on your environment and lifestyle. You can live a non-diabetic life. So I tell these young people and even old people, you don't want to work on your inner self, it is difficult. Don't do it for yourself. Do it for that little one whom you brought in this life and who is your most precious person. Give him a story to say that you reversed your diabetes and your mom and dad are not a diabetic anymore. So it is not 100% guarantee that he or she will be a diabetic. Give him a reason to work on his diabetes and reverse it, guys.
Exactly.
If not for yourself, do it for your loved ones. Become a role model. Lead by example. Please contribute your little bit in helping India not becoming the diabetes capital. My humble request through this channel and whatever great work Dr. Rajesh is doing is to all diabetics, pre-diabetics, fatty liver, obesity, PCOD, hypertension. All of this is insulin resistance. Don't give your kids a story where they feel so helpless that they make their life more unhealthy than yours. That they travel less and visit hospitals more. That they earn a lot but spend on medicines, all of it. Don't do this, please, guys. It's worth working on your inner self. It's really worth working. And I'm not even talking about how many cancer cases we will be able to undo. I am not going to all the other things where, you would have better memory, better energy, better sex life, better relationships, better face, nice hair. Means I don't see one reason why you should not do it. And if you have a reason, please share it with Rajesh through this channel, and Rajesh, please share it with me. I am dying to get that one good reason from all the diabetics around. Why are they not making enough effort to reverse diabetes? It's not easy, but it is doable. And it is worth doing it.
Yes, ma'am. So
I don't know, but I think
really, yes, ma'am.
I really feel very passionate and I don't know why people don't want to do it. No, and when they're 30 or 35 years, see, I have two sons now, 30 and 28. When a young kid of 30, 35 comes to me saying, I'm a diabetic, I know I can't reverse it, tell me what to do now for life. It hurts here.
Yes, ma'am.
It hurts. So thank you, Rajesh, for bringing me on this. And please, let's do it together.
Exactly, ma'am. It was really awesome, madam, to talk with you, and it was so inspiring knowing about your journey and all the techniques you have told, all the advices you have given us, and the most vital information you have given to us in spite of your busy schedule. It is really awesome, madam, and you motivate us a lot in reversing the diabetes, because we don't want our country to be the capital of diabetes, as you rightly told. So definitely coming out of this problem, which I think most of the people are suffering with as on date, maybe because of dietary reasons, maybe because of environmental reasons, maybe because of lifestyle reasons, but going for hospital many times is very problematic. So definitely coming out is the best solution. And thank you so much, madam, for spending your valuable time.
Thank you, Doc. Thank you very much.
Thank you.